Okay, so now that we set up our diary, let's talk about populating our diary. Again, Cronometer is pretty intuitive, so you'll figure this out um, pretty quickly. But there are some nuances that I want to point out. The first thing is adding food. So once you add your food, you go into your diary, you press the plus button. Once you press the plus button, there's two main ways to add food. First, we'll talk about adding food using just the database itself. So you're going to click on the add food button. And then let's say for the first time today, we want to eat an apple. Okay. Um, the database could be pretty overwhelming and you could get pretty pedantic about which apple you select. If you know the name of the apple, choose the name of the apple. But let's say we said apple. Okay. And we don't know that it's what type of apple it is. It's just a regular apple, and we want to eat the skin. Well, there's a couple things that you need to recognize. So you just can't select the apple that's on the screen that says apple fresh with skin, one medium, the 3-inch diameter, because you may not have a 3-inch diameter. Like I explained in the course, we want to weigh all our food that we eat. So instead of choosing the default 1 medium 3-inch diameter, what we want to do with this apple and with all our foods is we want to make sure that we are weighing the amount that we eat, and then we're putting the amount of grams in our diary. So the first thing that you would do is you would, once apple comes up or the food that you find, once it comes up, then you want to actually, instead of clicking the checkbox, you want to click on the food item itself. So I'm clicking the apple. So now that I've clicked on the apple, fresh with skin, in the serving size, right, you can change it. And so instead of having 182 grams go into your diary, you will weigh the amount of apple that you eat. Let's say we weighed out 100 grams. So now in the serving size, you click serving size. And once you click serving size, you go down to grams and you change the serving size to grams. Now it defaults to 100 grams in the amount section. You would click it and you will put 100 grams. Like, that's assuming we weighed 100 grams, but let's say you weighed out 150 grams. Well, you want to weigh out 150 grams and put in 150 grams. What that does for you is it actually changes out the amount of calories that's going to go into your serving size in your diary. Not your serving size, but the amount of calories that's going to go into your diary. So before, again, just so you'll see that before, if you would have selected just the default serving size, one medium, and you had one medium, one, come on, if you had one medium apple using their default serving, then it would have shown 95 calories. But you didn't have 182 grams, you had 100 grams. So again, you go into the serving size, you change the serving size, you go to grams, and you change the amount of grams to 100 grams. And after you do that, it went from 95 to 52 calories. And then you hit save, and then you add that to your diary. And there's your 52 calories from the 100 grams of apple that you ate. So that's first thing. And then I'll show another example of that. Let's say you had a banana. All right, so a banana, you add the food, add food, and you go to banana. And instead of just choosing the default one medium 7-inch long banana that's 118 grams, let's say we took our banana, we peeled off the skin, and then we weighed it, and we weighed our banana to be 95 grams. So you would click banana, and Cronometer remembered that we like using grams, so the serving size in this case defaulted to grams, so we don't have to change it, but that's what we would do. We would say grams, we weighed out 95 grams, so 95 grams, and now a better estimate of the number of calories that we consume is shown, 85 calories. You save that, and then you add it to your diary. And so now you see your apple, now you see your banana. So that's the first takeaway. Always weigh everything and use grams. That's number one.